today we'll be doing the brow blocking, and I'm going to show you just some basic items that you will need in order to do this successfully and effectively. So you need blue glue. So this is blue. You can see it sort of when it goes on a little bit. Can you see that? Not really. So the blue glue, you can see when it goes on blue, dries clear, but it makes it a lot easier to wipe it off. You will need one of these Shubi whackers, and that's to comb the brows. You will need a big fluffy brush, and that's to dust off the excess powder. You will need some cotton pads, and that's for the Isocol. You'll need some loose setting powder. Any setting powder is fine. You can use translucent powder, anything that you want. I use the Maybelline. So any old powder puff will do, and that is to apply the powder. So there's a few different ways that you can do it. You can use spirit gum. You can use a whole different bunch of different items. It's really just about finding what works best for you. If you have thinner brows, unlike myself, who has very thick, dark brows, you could just do this in 1 or 2 applications. I do 4 applications to really beat these mother truckers down to the point where there's nothing left. Now that we've gone through all the tools that you'll need to do this successfully, I have prepped my skin just with some aloe moisturizer. So what you want to do is take your Isocol and your cotton pad, and you just want to pour it on, and then basically just go through the brow and just make sure that you're removing any of that moisturizer or skin prep that you've done, just because otherwise the glue, I find, doesn't stick as well. So just go against the grain and with the grain, really get it all out. Let it dry. And now you just want to give your brows a little comb. We want to grab our glue stick. And this is where you're going to have a heart attack, you're going to have a panic attack, it's going to look busted crazy, you're going to look like a mess, but I promise you the end result is so worth it. You can draw on new brows, you can put on false brows, so synthetic or real hair brows. I will show that in a different video, so don't forget to subscribe. So basically with the glue, you want to go really get it in there. So going against and with the grain to get it right in there. Don't worry if it's a bit messy. You will be cleaning this up with the Isocol. So you can see how blue it is. So now we're just going to comb. Comb it all up. Cool. So that is now all up. Then just get your finger and just wipe off the excess. Grab your Isocol wipe and just go around the edge and then under. Now again, if you get a little bit of this off, it doesn't really matter because you're going to do, well, in my case, 4 coats. So that's already gone clear. So now we just want to grab our setting powder, our loose setting powder, no shine. Stick your powder puff in there and literally beat that in. Beat that in. This is what they call beating a face, girls, for those playing at home. You are beating that. So you can see it looks rough, that's okay. Really press it in. The idea with this is that you're creating layers of glue and powder, which is acting as a new sort of skin for you then to do whatever you need to do over it. like under. You can see right there, those little bits used to always get me. Cool, so you can see already, that's one coat. So what I would normally do is let that set, do the other one, and then I do the sides as well to really block it all down. But I want to show you the before and after, so just let this bake in a bit, let the glue dry. You should be able to touch it with your finger and there's no tackiness. And then we just want to go ahead and get rid of all that powder. So when I brush this off, I try to go with the hair. It's really important that you get as much of the loose powder that still remains off as you can, because otherwise you're going to look like cake batter that's like half baked and it's not cute. Now we are onto the second coat. Same glue, same process. So just going again across the brows. So the idea with this is that you are filling in all those gaps. Really get it in there. Like, don't be afraid, because it's going to come off with the Isocol anyway. Yeah. Again, same process. Wipe up, wipe off. Awesome. Cool. So that's the second coat, and we're just going to go back in and we're just going to powder again. Beep, 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 that. Go ahead and just brush that off again. Now at this stage you can be a little bit more like get in there with the brush because they're going down now. Now also, this is your first time blocking brows. I had a heart attack the first time I did it because I was like, oh my god, this is not working. Your brows do get trained and they do get used to it, so it does become a lot easier. And this time we want to go up a bit. So really just filling in those gaps again. So you're wanting to fill in the gaps between the hairs. Okay. Cool. And same process, just drag all that excess up away from the brows. And then, so you can see it's a mess. Now when you go over it with the Isocol, clean. I'm like looking crazy with one brow right now, but this is what happens. Really just beating that in, yeah, like you really want to press it in, get it right in there. You really want this glue to be baking in. We are now on to the final application to get these down. And this is where the process changes just a little bit. Don't worry, you'll be OMG freaked out, but it works. Cool. So we're doing our final brow cover. And basically, this time, you want to do the same process that you did the last three, But for this final one, you are going to lick the glue stick. I know I told you you'd freak out. It's non-toxic, it's okay. Basically what it does is it creates a thinner layer of glue, which means that it just doesn't have an edge to your face. So just going over, lick. If you're doing this to someone else, do not lick the glue and put it on their face. It's like super unhygienic in a pandemic. And then we want to clean this up again. Always, always, always cleaning up, because you do not want a mess. You want to go to town with this powder. Like, you are just going to go bam, 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 bam. Do not be afraid. Like, seriously, make a mess. This is the final one. Just what I'm so important. Shit up. Ooh, she has no brow. Last one, you just want to let it set for at least like 5 minutes. Like, really let that powder do its thing. Really start to sink in. And again, getting all that powder off. Because now you're going to look at doing your foundation, your eyes, your color corrector, your concealers, primers. You do not want cake. We love cake in the face. And there you have it. That is how you block out a brow or two. Now remember, you can do this, boys, if you're doing drag, you want to get rid of these sideburns, and you might even have a widow's peak up the top. You can do it wherever you need to, so that when your wig is on, you can't see any of that hair. This all washes out. It feels slimy at first, but it washes out. I hope that helps. This is a super, super quick way to do a brow. Like I said, there is spirit gum, there's some nubs, there's so many different ways that you can do it. But this is what I found works really well for me. Under a normal circumstance, I would now go in and color correct, add some orange, really get rid of those blue, purple undertones of my dark hair. Then I would go in with my primer, and then start beating that face with like full coverage foundation, because it's the best. But so here we go. I really hope that you guys